What do you remember?
It was the 17th century.
Do you remember everything?
He was a witch finder.
Erik, you can hear all of this, by the way.
There was some sort of thing that this witch finder was trying to stop.
Alicia, I was there too.
You know what ghosts are like?
Where was it?
It was in the snow. Outside in the snow.
Bridget, I'm sorry, your hand, are you okay?
I was there as well.
It's the woods where we...
I didn't believe it. I'm sorry, I just didn't believe it.
You know what I mean.
Ray, were you there?
No.
And I hold up my hand.
It was there.
Yes. Oh, God. Yes, it was, wasn't it? It's that place.
Well, that's a 99.
It's just money's the only thing that really matters.
Yeah.
Enough money to buy the books, to read the secret knowledge.
Exactly.
What the fuck's going on?
David.
We are the 13.
How do you know it's the goddess?
We should go.
How do you know it's not something else?
We should pursue the seance. Mel has the gift.
What's Maggie got to do with it?
If we talk to the dead who tried to fix the problem.
What have these kids got to do with it? And what is it?
Who was Jacob? You two?
What are we up against here?
I'm not holding anything back. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
That makes the lot of us.
There's nothing to know about Gary except that he's dead.
Did you think I had something to do with it?
Why would I think that?
It certainly crossed my mind.
Bring, 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 bring. Dad, it's the doctor from the hospital. He says he needs to talk to you about a close friend.
Stacey.
David goes white.
I want to trust you. I think we all do.
I asked for a blessing for us all.
But it's been so long and everything's so fucked up and people are being hurt.
I asked for a blessing. We have to think about the children. It's too late. They are now part of it. The children of the 13 are all part of it.
This is what I mean. What good fortune befell us?
None.
This book is not monsters and their kind.
You know it?
Yeah.
That's Red Mark's copy. I bought it from his estate. He disappeared.
Which wrongs can we correct?
Bridget steps forward.
We don't want to become wraiths walking through walls.
Yes, David. Which wrongs can we correct?
That was the thing in the bedroom then.
The boy.
The tongue.
The child corrupted.
How did this thing come about in the first place?
I think...
Where's it come from?
I don't know.
What does it want?
I don't understand it. I can't name it.
Has it always been here?
Redmark says it serves the Prince of Air.
That's everyone accounted for except for Nathan.
This is exactly what David is saying it is. A blessing unto the goddess.
Do we need the Perber?
But I think we might need Stacey's body.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking hell.
But that can wait till after the seance.
If we can pull the seance off, we can ask her how she feels about it, right?
He starts to smile. He goes, yes. Yes, we could do just that.
The Apocalypse Players present The Moonchild by Paul Fricker, a 7th edition Call of Cthulhu Scenario from the Nameless Horrors collection. Starring Dominic Allen as Alicia Juico, Danan McAleer as Ray West, Jeannie Spark as Melinda Moody, Dan Wheeler as Erik Wilson, and Joseph Chance as your keeper of the arcane lore. We finished with David saying, look, we may need Stacey's body.
No.
Because everybody is around, apart from John. And the implication is we may also need John. But like there is time, because it's the 29th, it's the 9th to the 29th. On that point, it is 7:15 p.m. Greg is coming at 8 p.m. and Maggie will be at Norwich Airport. Yes, it's real. At 9 p.m.
I never doubted that it was real.
Everyone's allowed to go to the fudge shop on the way.
Yeah, baby.
I'm getting coconut ice.
Any questions?
I mean, so many.
So many.
Yeah. What is a Jacob sheep skull? Is it just a type of sheep? That's me, as I don't...
Jacob sheep are a breed of sheep. I know all about sheep because I'm from Hampshire.
I thought you might.
Yeah. And they have a horrible bar that sounds like a human in pain.
Oh, that's...
Let's see if I can do it
grotesque.
quietly enough so I don't wake up my children. But like Jacob sheep, when they bar, they don't go like meh. They go like that.
Oh god.
Sort of noise.
Like those goats you see that sort of scream like, yeah.
They look a bit goatish. They're quite they're quite big, and they don't look very domesticated. I'm not sure whether that is relevant, but they are a big sheepy, big old goaty sheep.
Okay, nice. I was just wondering if it was a breed of sheep, or if it was something that had been done to a sheep or something, you know.
Like a Jacob's ladder.
Well, I don't know.
It sounds to me like the two of you who are not with David are about to have a conversation about Jacob's sheep.
Quite possible. Could I check? I went upstairs to grab the Perber. That was the last thing. I checked with David. I said, well, we need the Perber. And he said, yeah.
Ow.
Are we bringing the book too? Is that still open on the table?
I assumed you had the book.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I'd like to do is I'll run up and get the Perber. Can I use my phone just very quickly, take a photo of the page it's open at, that ritual, and then bring the book?
Like a modern person, cutting corners.
Exactly. Because I was just thinking, why the fuck did I not do that? But,
Clever. And I think you probably also put a scrap of paper in at that page.
Yeah.
Because you've had that kind of thought.
And then I grab Raman's papoose with the book and the Perber. Come on, Raman. Don't mind this, it's just a Tibetan fork or something. Stop chewing it.
So any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. It might be that this is a question that is something that's deliberately not quite clear in David's retelling of events. But it might be that I slightly lost the thread of it in terms of the ritual. Was he specific with us about what the ritual that we conducted in the Birch Woodlands, the Silver Birch Woodlands, was, whether that was related to the creation of a Moonchild, or whether the creation of the Moonchild...
He was not specific about that point. He implied that the Moonchild was a separate bid to right the wrong of the blessing going badly.
And the blessing being the ritual that we conducted.
The blessing of the goddess is he wanted to speak with a god's tongue and to have charm and grace. And then he said, and we did. Do you remember? You believed in me and I believed in you and we were wonderful together. And then we performed another ritual. So he was sort of merging things a bit, but I suppose the implication is he'd already received he'd received power from the goddess, so then he asked for more for all of you, he says. But it went wrong, which certainly maps up with your shitty lives.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
Well,
order of rituals or spells.
I like living in a van.
I love living in Woking.
I like working for IGN.
So the first bit of magic was him seeking a blessing for himself to make himself powerful and charming, which apparently worked. Then there was the thing that we all did in the Silver Birch Woodlands, which we've got fuzzy memories of anyway, so who knows how honest he's being, which is to bless all of us, which he says he cocked up, we cocked up. Sometime later came the attempt to create a Moonchild, which also cocked up.
Which was to rectify that first fucked up ritual.
Yeah, so he's trying to put right a number of cock-ups, effectively. Is that a bumbled version of sort of what's going on?
What do you think, guys?
That's sort of where I am from what he said to us. It's like...
It's hard to keep a track of it, isn't it?
Something happened that gave him hope. He got us all involved. It fucked up. He tried to solve it, so he says, that fucked up. Now he's trying to solve it again. But it seems like every time he tries to solve it, something goes worse to me.
And it also seems like he is perhaps being deliberately deceptive or evasive about some of the details about this.
Yeah.
You had a distinct moment of observing him with Bridget when he was really pleading with her, but not verbally, where he was sort of... You saw all of these feelings and emotions when essentially she was implying, who did you make this Moonchild with? Suggesting it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It's an actual child. And you know that there's been discussion regarding Angelica. Angelica saying, or certainly two different forms of Angelica to you, Ray, have said something about becoming something special because you're chosen and you're special.
Yeah, but equally he's also saying that unless I'm wrong, that the Abomination is the failed Moonchild.
But Sarah said that it was Sean.
Yeah. Who did give me that creepy smile and wave as we left the house, which made me think, oh, what the fuck?
I think it would be fair to say that you had some doubts as to whether that was fully Sean doing that.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. It feels
and
like...
then we're not...
Yeah, sorry.
And like... and then obviously there's also Michael, although Bridget's...
Michael did confess that he had been dabbling in his father's works. He had been encouraged.
Yeah.
Alicia's insight certainly seems to be being partially met by that, and he looked guilty and he sort of interceded between the parents, trying to say, look, I shouldn't have done it. I made a mistake. I should have talked to you, Dad. But the truth was, I wanted to experience something strange and magical and different. And I think Angelica was just looking on, horrified, but certainly with, not... Oh, and perhaps crucially, David did also say, it's we are all marked by it because we are the 13.
Yeah.
And so are our children, he said.
Yeah. And unless I've got my family tree wrong, we're still not aware of who Angelica's father is.
We don't know who Angelica's father is.
That might or might not be relevant.
Oh.
Yeah.
So...
Yes, okay.
Who's going in David's car? David's car's already gone. Mel's got it. Who's going in...
Well, I was driving, so...
who's going in Ray's car?
Well, don't all jump.
Well, I've got my own car, so...
It's more about leaving who's going with David, right?
Yeah, no. Well, whoever needs a ride, hop in. I'll get in with Ramen. Leave the...
Alicia, do you want to get in with me?
Yes, that's probably for the best because I'm convinced I've got some sort of allergy with dogs.
I mean, I suppose you could leave a car here and you could all go in the same car.
We could.
That's true.
Well, it might be useful.
Three of you with David, and then Bridget will take her car with the kids, pick up Sarah and Sean, and then meet you at Mary's.
Although if there's more people meeting us...
Well, one of us would need to pick up Maggie from the airport at some point.
Wait, is it Saturday or Sunday?
It's Friday.
Friday.
Oh, thank fuck. Right, I don't have to bring this back yet then. I'm just thinking if we're meeting more people, it's better to have more vehicles, right? We don't want a situation where we have to order an Uber X or something. I mean, they take fucking ever.
Agreed.
I'm just saying,
This conversation is now taking place outside. It's a lovely evening.
Yeah.
It's that little chill in the air. That
smell that magnolia tree.
Yeah, well, the last of it, I suppose. Yeah, October the 29th.
You ever noticed that magnolia trees, they smell like smoky bacon? Don't they, Ramen? There you go. Sets him off.
Oh, actually, yeah, you do feel a little bit of scrabbling from Ramen, and I think you're pretty much aware. You know Ramen's needs. By the time you get to Murray's, he's going to need shit.
Yes, those needs. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, hop in, Alicia.
I pointedly don't offer David a ride in my car.
So it's the usual teams, but now Ray's lost Mel and got David instead. So
good.
Let's have it that's the
Trading up.
That's the I know you said flotilla. That's the caravan.
Yeah.
Bridget heads off, stony faced but determined, with the kids in the back. Says, "I'll meet you at Mary's. Obviously, I'll be a bit later." And drives off. She does have a lingering look at you, Ray.
Why did she say, obviously, I'll be a bit later? Have I missed?
She's got to pick Sarah up.
She's picking Sarah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
So she's got to get up to Old Catton and then back down again. So it'll probably take her 25 minutes to do that. This time of night. So this will be beautiful. This scene will be beautiful. The acting. Look out for the acting in this scene. It'll be beautifully interspliced.
Good Lord.
Between investigation in the house that's about to happen and whatever you are discussing in the car.
We crash into a wall, and we're all beautifully interspliced.
It'll just be verbals, unless one of you decides you need to describe a thought that you're having that you don't declare to the other person, obviously. But it'll just be. I'm not going to slow things down with dice rolls or anything like that. So good luck.
Thank fuck.
But I would have thought Mel might have a few dice rolls coming our way. Right. So go on, Dan.
Sorry, before we get in the cars, it sounds like one of the last things that David said was we might need Stacey's body.
But we can do that. Sorry, but we might be able to do that later. We'll do that later. That's fine.
Oh, he said we'll do that later. Fine, okay. So we don't have to have a negotiation about whether anyone.
He's been called to the hospital in the morning.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
He's got to go because he was mentioned. He was asked for, essentially.
Handy. Convenient for him.
Yeah.
Also, he says it wasn't on speakerphone.
I mean, as I said, it was either a master performance or he genuinely was horrified, distraught, full of grief, full of doubt. Not sure whether this is his fault.
I'll be honest.
Slightly disturbing way. I mean, for those of you who've seen him in his slightly geese state, to quote Alicia, like, it is distressing to think that there might be something working through him.
I admittedly, I arrived at this house totally convinced that David was like a sort of puppet master from the puppet factory down the road. But now I think he's just a fucking guy who's fucked up a load of shit and has
Dan, who runs the puppet factory? That's now the question you're asking.
That is probably, isn't it?
It's usually fat cats, right?
Yeah, true.
You have to cut that about. She might listen to this show.
Yeah, you will actually.
So Melinda Moody, the figure of Marie Cubine. Oh, she's pissed herself on her beautiful dark wood vinyl, so it's easily mopped.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, God.
Faux wood, but vinyl. Looks like the real thing.
Not real acacia. Thank Christ.
And the house goes eerily quiet. The gun... Oh, you've emptied the clip. You threw the clip away, and you threw the bullet in the chamber into the corner of the room. In fact, actually, you didn't say it was a clip. You described it as if it was a revolver. So that is now what it is. You threw the bullets into the corners of the room.
Nice.
In the living room. So now there is a corridor ahead of you, with 2 doors to the right. An uncomfortable silence. You are apparently alone.
Well, I think you should show me the table, Murray.
You say to her unconscious body.
Oh, yeah.
Cold.
But I think I like that because you didn't lose any sanity for what happened because you rolled really well. But I think that's your sort of, you realise your grip is pretty intense. Madness is only a few yards away as you realise you're talking to her unconscious form.
I'm going to go up the corridor and explore the first of the doors on my right-hand side.
As you go through the door, you see that, the doors open away, and then you see there's a door to the left and some stairs further up. It's a sort of L shape. Well, no, kind of. Yeah, there's a left-hand corridor turn, but you can just see there's stairs up ahead on the left.
Okay.
A window. Oh, there's a back door. There's a back door dead ahead. So it's like a long corridor that leads to the back door. Mm-hmm. But are you still interested in that first door to the right?
Yeah.
You try the handle. It is not locked. Will you open the door?
Yes.
You see an elegantly laid out...
Saving yourself time in the edit there.
Dining room, thank you. Dining room in the shape of... it's a circular dining room. Sorry, it's a circular table. With... There are 8 chairs around it, but other chairs stacked. Clearly, they've been brought from somewhere, because they don't normally... This is not Mary's style to have things just lying around. So there's extra chairs stacked. The window directly opposite has been draped with a fine shawl, and there are all of the accoutrements for a seance laid out.
Okay.
On the right-hand side, there's a sort of dresser with elegant Southeast Asian, East Asian, possibly some Mongolian items on there.
It's from TK Maxx, those, aren't they, really?
They could be from TK Maxx, but they look like nice items.
Yeah, well, I mean, TK Maxx does nice stuff, doesn't it?
Would you spend any more time in this room? Or would you like to...
I'll check out the... I'll go back into the corridor, please, and check out the second door on the right.
So there, that leads into the kitchen. Now, the worktops on the kitchen are absolutely lovely. They've got this sort of marble effect, grey-white marble. But you know how, like, some marble effect is just really hard to look at?
I mean, this house just sounds like the most pretentious fucking cluster bollock I've ever heard of.
A beautifully appointed kitchen. There's, Smeg fridge, the works.
No!
As if that's the epitome. It's one of those Smeg fridges that has an ice maker in as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it. I love it.
Everything's Smeg. Smeg toast.
There's a bottle of red and all of the necessary items laid out on the kitchen, like the breakfast bar in the middle.
Oh, breakfast fucking bar.
All of the necessary items to make Negronis. She's got lovely little bowls, ceramic bowls, which are filled with
Nuts,
lemon and lime.
Aioli.
And as the oven beeps, you realise fresh madeleines have just...
Oh.
A couple of white rabbits jump out.
Jeannie's reaction and my reaction are the complete opposite. You're describing my dream kitchen. Sounds absolutely lovely. Smeg fridge, breakfast bar, little bowls, madeleines in the oven.
All the ingredients for a Negroni.
Dreamy.
Yeah.
It's so tiresome. It's so fucking
As long
tiresome.
as you've got someone to do it for you.
Would you like to investigate?
What's wrong with the Domino's cheesy bread? Nothing wrong with that.
There's two windows on the left overlooking. I think you can't help but notice because the blinds are up here, and you notice that there's a pond out the back. Beautiful, a lovely curlicue bench with sort of intricate filigree work on. There's a couple more sort of implication Zen circles, but they aren't Zen. They're much more.
God, this woman's lonely.
They're much more sort of. Do you know what they remind you of? Those old Celtic labyrinths that you sometimes see on the tube, especially on the Northern Line.
Yeah. Why is that?
It's a couple of those.
For another scenario.
Well, it's another scenario. We'll leave the underground scenarios to Dom.
Plague pits.
He'll get the rights for us.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Cool.
that's the kitchen. Any further engagement? Is he vomiting?
Yeah.
It's coughing.
Excuse me.
And of course, there's a hell beast in the corner.
You see no hellbeast for now.
I see no hell beast. Is there anything in the manner of personal items, photographs on the fridge, handwritten notes, a cork board perhaps, or a chalkboard?
Yeah, there's
Because this is all very generic and personality-less at the moment.
there's a magnet thing there.
Sorry, Dan.
Sounds like somewhere Dan would live.
I mean, it's not generic. It's expensive.
I mean, you can still have generic.
Yeah.
Just because you've chucked some quids at it doesn't mean that it makes you special.
True.
There's a couple of notes about work, clearly, which are pretty boring. Like, call Jeff and remind him to check the end of year. Secondary boats have been paid for. And
Okay. In between the Ottolenghi cookbooks.
Epsilon Prime. Should I put the money in it? ? Griffin Island ?
Mirror pension fund. Dubious.
Griffin Island. Why do I know that?
Oh, don't ask.
It's from Trail of the Loathsome Slime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I know it. I was thinking Kodiak Island.
Kodiak Island. Religious house ? No, that's not.
Fuck.
Should I cut that, Jeannie? I should cut that.
At your own discretion.
Yeah, I should cut that.
I'm but a guest player.
Check with...
Cut that. There's a little drawing in an infant's hand
Ooh,
of a little man holding flowers and a little person holding flowers and a very big person who looks grumpy.
Do you mean a dwarf?
No, just like a much bigger person in scale.
Yeah, not the big person.
A little person.
Okay.
Oh, I see. No, just you don't get the impression that that is a dwarf.
Does Marie? I'm sorry, I'm being a dick.
You
Does Marie
won't.
have kids?
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of, and not that anything else in this house suggests to me that she spends any money on anything apart from her own
Nephew or niece, possible? Do we know? I don't know.
boy.
She's unconscious. It might be
Culture
difficult to ask her.
Okay, I feel like there's nothing else in the kitchen that's going to be interesting to me. I want to go back to the corridor, please, and can I go upstairs? Thank you.
Yes, could you give me a spot hidden roll?
Yeah, I can do that.
I will need more than a regular success.
So demanding. I can't help you there. I've got a 92 on a 35.
It's not a fumble. So what you see dead ahead is as you leave the kitchen on the doors on the right hand side of the wall into the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Dead ahead is
A reed diffuser. Wax melt burner.
dead ahead
A
is
live, love, laugh sign.
it's a wall with wooden paneling, and there's the steps, and then off to the left there's another door that you didn't see as you were going past, which is directly opposite the steps. By the size of that room, it's either a very small. Not very small. It's either a small bedroom or it could be a bathroom or toilet.
By the size of the door.
Sorry, by the size of the room, by the size of the wall, because it's directly opposite the stairs.
Okay. Can I go in there?
Yep, it's a bathroom, very nicely appointed.
Of course it is.
She has some Valium in the bathroom cabinet,
Yeah.
or the British equivalent. I should know, but I don't.
The British equivalent Valium. Yeah.
Americans use Valium.
I think. I don't know.
Let's call it Valium.
Let's call it Valium.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
just a brand name, isn't it?
Can I have a little route through the? Is that in the cabinet?
In the cabinet, yeah. I've
Anything else
pressed
in
you
it?
forward. Not of anything particularly interesting, like shaving stuff for legs, washing stuff.
Strictly for
As
legs.
opposed to.
And there's probably anti-smoking Nicorette patches. Actually, she might have quit. Yeah, I think she has. Maybe there's vaping stuff. Maybe she's got vape stuff. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's all a bit anodyne at the moment.
Isn't it?
Check behind the Le Chat Noir poster. There's probably.
There is no Le Chat Noir poster.
Oh, shit.
What kind of is there a shower curtain?
Yes.
Is it drawn or pulled back?
It's pulled back. The bath is visible. It's one of those square baths, quite deep. Slightly uncomfortable looking, but you do notice hung up on the wall is one of those bath cushions.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Horrible.
Could you give me a listen roll?
I could, yes.
The lower the better. No.
No, 83 on a 20.
Damn.
How's the conversation in our car with our two players?
It's like creature comforts, I imagine.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Well, it was it was originally marketed as Valium, but now it's most commonly known as diazepam.
There's some diazepam in the
It's
Thank you,
hard to
Erik.
get hold of now. You need a prescription, really, and they don't like giving them out because it's very addictive.
Well, exactly. Yeah, that's what I found. What do you make of all this, Alicia?
That experience I had with the witch hunter was really strange. I'm not sure I even understand what a Moonchild is, Erik.
No,
Especially one that's gone wrong.
no,
And what does he mean by saying that was the backup plan, like that was going to fix it?
No, I can't work out whether he's still hiding something from us or whether maybe he doesn't know any more than he's letting on. He's as ignorant as us, really, in all this.
Yeah, he didn't strike me as being fully in control this evening.
No.
He seems a bit desperate, as if we're running out of time. And I'd have thought that was strange, except what I saw in the bedroom. That was horrible.
Yes. Do you think we've met this Moonchild, or is it one of the children we've met?
Don't really know. Unless it's something stranger than that. Maybe I could have a think about this with my occult knowledge.
Maybe.
You had an excellent pass regarding Moonchild back at the start.
Oh, God.
And what you know about the Moonchild is it's a force that is not necessarily positive. It's not simply a sort of blessing from the goddess. It's a vessel for potential great power.
Right.
That was the big insight. Where everyone else had been perhaps fed a little bit of an Inanna's festival, crystals make us happy, alternative religion version of the Moonchild, and maybe had some cynical views about it, but they didn't have your depth of historical reading. I think if anything, Alicia, you'd feel like Erik would be susceptible to being informed of such things because he's certainly very well read. You know that, but yeah, you have that extra insight.
Tell me, Alicia, are we being too literal? I mean, are we being too literal about this? I've been thinking it is literally a child. Is that right?
Well, that's what I'm not sure about, you see. Because I wonder if that thing we saw that possessed Michael in the bedroom, maybe that was the Moonchild.
Yeah.
It certainly was something that had gone wrong. Because a Moonchild's all about power. So, yeah, I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be a child, right?
Right.
I think with your extra thought regarding your previous extreme success, maybe with a bit of time, you've thought about the symbolism, maybe, or maybe you're driving along and you stop at a red light, and you see Ray behind you, and you just suddenly, as you see the lights change, you see the light dip down and go out, and in it there's a micro reflection of the way in which the moon goes from light to dark, and you think of horns. It sort of bursts out at you. That the association is with the crescent moon for the Moonchild, a horned thing, and then that echoes to you about that phrase that's in Monsters and Their Kind about horns. Twice shall be the horns. The annotation finished.
What did you say, Alicia, about horns?
Well, there was the thing about, twice horned. That thing about goats and sheep and.
Or like a Jacob's sheep, right?
Yeah. But
they have 4 horns.
Right. But if that's a metaphor for the Moonchild, because the moon has horns in a crescent moon, is it saying that you're going to end up with two moon children, or two sides
like
of
a
it?
Shadow?
Yeah, or like
a shadow self.
Yeah, something like that, or because I don't know. I've seen a lot of weird stuff over the last couple of days. There's been, images, faces, people, a person I keep seeing, and.
You say last couple of days, I think it's last 6 hours. We're playing this in real time again.
Yeah, well, yeah, quite. Yes. Well.
Feels like days.
Well, I've heard. This might sound crazy. I've heard voices, Erik. And I know it's not. I know some people hear voices and they need to go to a specialist, but this is different. This is like, I don't know. I can kind of ignore it. I can kind of tell it to shut up, but I do wonder if it's all connected somehow. I do wonder, and if Gary's death's got something to do with this. Your illness.
Oliver Redmark leans forward out of the back seats and says, "But didn't the voices tell you to do something, Alicia?"
Jesus fucking Christ!
Could you do a drive roll for me, Erik?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Horrible. That's
Do
horrible.
I hear and see him as well?
Oh yeah.
Shitty shit.
I mean, that is what you
I
do.
want to take a left here, actually.
What was it he
Right.
said?
Didn't the voices tell you to do something, Alicia?
Voices.
That is a little bit of a fail. Is it worth me spending some luck on
It's
this?
not a fumble, though, is it? Right?
It's not a fumble. I don't think I've spent any luck so far. I think I want to maybe spend some
Nice. If it's in range, it might be good. You don't want to slow
it's-
down too much.
It's 15 luck. Is that quite a lot? It depends what's going to happen. Are we going to have a horrible crash?
Potentially. I mean, it's quite a busy traffic down these two roundabouts.
I'm going to
It's your call. 15 is quite a lot. You could
I'm
ride
going
your
to
luck.
spend it. I think the
I think there will be a luck roll involved if you don't spend it.
yeah. I think the in what's the word I'm looking for? The naming of Gary is
Yeah.
enough to make me want to spend my luck. What's the word I'm looking for? In.
Invocation. The
Thank you. That's exactly it. The invocation of Gary makes me want to spend some luck. So I'm going to spend 15 points of luck to make that a pass on my drive roll.
Fair play.
Be a good band name. The Invocation of Gary.
the invocation of Gary is so good.
Great.
Amazing.
Be a good band name.
Yeah, yeah. We had
The music could be terrible, but it'd be a great name.
Terrible.
we had
It's the
we,
worst. Sub Hansen.
Prog rock.
we had last week we had Fruit Shoot and Chateauneuf de Pape. They were Fruit Shoot was the problem there. The creative difference.
The famous duo.
Yeah, you enjoyed that. And I think this dark black car just sweeps past you as you've swerved across. Instinctively, you weren't too sure what was happening. The swerve happens, and you've handled it brilliantly. But at the same time, you've come out of lane, and this dark black car comes within inches of you, and you both see it for a split second. You see the boy there, the Abomination, his face white, the lank black hair framing his hollow cheeks, and this grinning, maniacal smile as if he's laughing silently behind the glass, as your car narrowly misses this car that roars away. Doesn't even beep, doesn't even break its pause. It's an Audi driver. But this pale face laughing at you, grinning. And no doubt we'll pick up with Ray after that superb piece of handling as Erik controls the car. Oh, was it Erik's driving or was it Alicia? I just made you drive.
No, it was Erik. It was
It
Erik.
was Erik driving, wasn't it? Yeah.
Tokyo drifts through the.
It's pretty elegant how you get across that roundabout without crashing. You come back out of the bathroom, Mel,
Yep.
and we'll come to you, Dana.
That's fine.
You're next. You're next.
Oh God! Don't come to me.
You come out of the bathroom and Tyrone's there. It's your ex-husband, Tyrone, looking at you, wounded, not physically, but looks very emotional,
Okay.
and just goes, "What are you doing here?" He looks like he's just walked down the bottom of the stairs. You did wonder if you'd missed it. You thought you might have heard something.
Okay. It's the seance. It's tonight.
I don't fucking believe you.
Come here, look, and she takes.
Hang on, Tyrone. I don't fucking believe you. Jesus, I haven't seen you for how long? You just fucking turn up. Oh, Mel, this is so fucking you. You are a fucking nightmare. Do you know that? Don't fucking talk to me. I've listened. I listened. You were the problem. And he walks to the T-junction of the corridor, turns left, and walks into the wall. Could you give me a sanity roll?
Fuck's sake.
But don't worry too much, because it's not...
What? Weird?
Excruciating.
It's not excruciating. It's just, your communal garden.
Don't worry too much, it might be comforting to get mad,
That is a pass, my friends. That is a 46 on a 57.
Must be a hallucination.
You'd hope.
Yeah, a stress. What on by stress?
Is it?
Extreme stress.
Is it a hallucination?
Yep. See? Yep, I think so, yeah. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Must have inhaled something from that medicine cabinet when it opened.
Yeah. There's been a lot of drugs flying around.
Why did you drive Tyrone away, Mel?
I don't think I did drive him away. It just didn't work. We were different people. We wanted different things, and we ultimately couldn't give them to each other.
And he hit you, didn't he?
Well, no relationship's perfect, is it?
But why did he hit you, Mel?
Well, you'd have to ask him that.
Was it because you were bad?
Whoa.
Tell me about how you made life for Tyrone so difficult. A living hell. You can't see anyone, but you can hear this voice, that same voice that you heard in the car.
God.
And there's something about you're standing there, and he's just walked through this wall. So, can you give me another spot hidden as a result?
Spot hidden's so poor.
I think with this one, because of the weirdness, I will give you a bonus die.
Oh, you're nice, aren't you?
So you get to re-roll your...
Always a bit of a sharpener, isn't it? Seeing someone walk through a wall.
Your hundreds.
Ooh, it's a pass. A 24 and a 35.
Hopefully that's good.
24 and a 35.
I'm about to die.
I tell you what, if you made that hard... Could you give me 6 luck, is it? 24, 18, 30, 35, no. 7 luck? Can you spend?
Yes.
Could you spare 7 luck?
I could spare 7 luck.
What does that take you down to?
Down to 42 now.
Yeah, nice. It's a nice meaning of life. 7's 49. It's good. To 42. Yes, so you've got a hard success. I've manipulated you there, but it's finale stuff.
Welcome to marriage, baby.
Yeah, I don't mean it like that. But yes, you're absolutely right. I could not agree with you more, and I can only apologise. And I do love you.
Cut that out. No one needs to hear that.
Cut that.
I live by that.
Cut that. No one wants that. You'll slash your fan base in half. You're going to have to cut it.
So there's a freestanding mirror here, which you sort of didn't really notice. It's so elegantly positioned. It just makes the room look, the corridor look longer, and like it sort of goes out next to the door. It's really nice, really nicely placed. But then you do look past it for the first time at the woodwork on the left. And you see that woodwork is the shape of a door frame. And there's a door under the stairs. It's very cleverly hidden.
Okay.
But it's like Tyrone's just walked through it.
Ah, okay. Is it a door frame that contains a door that I could access?
Would you try it?
Yes. Yes, I will.
So you spend a few minutes fiddling around looking for a mechanism, and eventually you sort of press in, release, and then press in again quickly, and it clicks.
Oh.
And you have found a hidden door.
Oh no.
And a flight of stone steps.
Oh no.
Fucking hell.
I watched Barbarian recently, and this is making me very uncomfortable.
The walls
God.
are covered in padded material.
Oh.
Blech. Okay. Is there a light?
She can't win, can she? She can't win with her house. Like a minute ago, you were complaining that it was a bit too generic, a bit too nice.
And now there's something really interesting.
Yeah, you don't like that either.
And now there's too many torture dungeons.
Like an innovative design offer. So northern. Mel's so northern.
You don't like the Smeg fridge. You don't want the torture chamber. What do you want?
Just somewhere in the middle. Something in the middle.
That's fair.
Is there a light switch
Yeah, there is.
that might? Can I press it and see if it illuminates?
Just there. It's one of those little pull switches. Click. Slightly distressingly, it's a really elegantly arranged lampshade. Just like a kind of cylinder, like a kind of paper lampshade. Very Japanese style. Very Muji. As if in amongst this weird secret hallway, that little bit of Marie seems to be active and present.
Can't kill it, can you? Just can't kill it.
Really, it's really artfully thought through because it sort of reflects a degree of asylum chic,
Asylum chic.
but is also disturbingly too well poised.
Guys, I'm sensing a spin-off home interiors range from the Apocalypse Tales.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Perhaps in time for Christmas.
Distressingly, the steps lead down quite deep and gets really dark at the bottom, so you just can't quite make out what's at the bottom.
Have I still got my phone with me? Because I was
Yeah.
using it to record David.
Yeah, and actually at that point you do also realise that Marie's still got her phone with her.
Ah, okay.
Do you? And you have the gun with you though, right? Yeah.
Yes, I do. I do still have the gun.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about using the torch on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Can I get return to Marie's still unconscious body? Assuming it's still unconscious.
Still pissing all over the vinyl.
Take her phone and then go down the cellar stairs
Yeah.
using the torch on her phone.
You go back into the front room and there's a trail of wee that leads to the corridor, but she's not there.
Trail of loathsome wee.
She's not there.
She's not there.
You can't see her.
Oh, motherfuckers. Okay.
We'll pause there.
Horrible.
Look, I know you're not talking to me because you're angry, and that's okay. Actually, I don't really know what you're feeling. I used to know, you know? Ray, I used to really know what you were feeling. Oh, I'd take that left lane, actually, because this one, it gets very slow on this inside lane.
Do you want me to put on Waze or?
No, sure, if you want.
No. It's
I
fine.
try not to use too many apps.
Oh, right. You had a massive TV, though. Till
Well, you know.
Erik fucked it.
Michael,
Almost literally fucked it.
you know, she cured his cancer.
Who?
The goddess.
Did she?
We prayed. We prayed to her, Bridget and I, and it didn't work. But when I made the Moonchild, it worked.
Well, why is he so fucking ill now, then?
Michael. Or Erik. Are you talking about Erik?
Oh. I mentioned Erik. Sorry, I realised what you mean.
Maybe it transfers over. I don't know.
No.
I feel like I'm stumbling in the dark, Ray. I could never have needed a friend more than now, and I've alienated you all. It is my fault. I know it's my fault. I blame myself. That's why my brain, my mind, I couldn't hold myself together at the end of it because, oh, careful, because sometimes the traffic out of here is really bad. Let's
Right, yeah. I've got it.
just maybe cut through on...
I'm putting Waze on.
Sure. Whatever.
Can't get through
Whatever works.
in conversation
Whatever works.
with
I don't necessarily like the vibrations.
Come on, mate. I mean,
Oh God! What's he doing? Why is he driving like that? Oh God! Oh, I thought he was going to crash. Did you see that?
Jesus, so did I, yeah.
Oh God!
Fucking hell.
I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
Just chill out, yeah?
And you see a dull glow of red in his chest. But he doesn't look. He's just like looking.
Right. David, can I ask you something?
Of course, my friend. Always.
Okay. This abomination. Right.
Yes.
Now,
I know the one you mean. The thing.
yeah, well, you mentioned it, but I think I've seen it, and I think I might have seen it a few times. Now, I just need to get my head straight around this, you know? Boop, redirecting. Yeah, anyway, I'll turn that down. What I need to know is, I'm just going to level with you, because I want to trust you. I think you've made some mistakes, and we all have, God knows. I think you've made some mistakes, and I'm going to trust that you've made some mistakes, but they've been in good faith. You say you need a friend. I'll be your friend.
Thanks, Ray.
Now, tell me, this abomination, as you put it, this thing, it ain't Oliver Redmark, the dabbler. He's something else. He's where you got the book. This abomination, this thing, what happened when the Moonchild fucked up, for want of a better word, does it manifest through different people? Because I have today seen people walking out of other people. I've seen doubles of people. I've picked people up in the car, and then they've vanished, and then they've reappeared moments later with no memory of that. People have waved to me in a very creepy way just minutes after I've had a normal conversation with them. Now, is this abomination of yours, is it inside them? Is it something that transfers between people or presents itself as people? Is that what we're talking about? Is that what you created when you tried to create the Moonchild?
And the prince will cast you in raiments, and so you will be in mirrors seen and visions of you found.
Prince of Air.
Yes. Prince of Air.
Is that the Prince of Air that takes those forms?
Redmark said that this abomination,
Aye.
this malevolent thing, serves the prince.
But how can it serve the prince? The prince is an angelic force, is it not? I'm no expert, but I feel it must be.
An angel fallen?
Perhaps.
In petty human morality, I don't know what that means, but...
Yes.
Wait, there was something. Twice shall be the horns, yes? What if...
Yeah.
What if...
Was Angelica the Moonchild?
His face crumbles a bit, and he... not literally, but as
Thank fuck.
Emotion.
You, thank God.
It gets hard to say in this world, doesn't it? But it drops, and he goes...
Yeah.
I was desperate,
Yeah.
I was showing off, and she responded, and I had no idea that she would be so... I was weak. I was foolish. Mel's right, I didn't think of her enough. I thought of myself. I thought of what I could do for Bridget, for Michael.
You're talking about your relationship with Angelica?
Yes, Ray. Well, I know you have human feelings too, and you respond to weakness. I know you still write. I know still that there are stories for you to tell. Why don't you tell me a story now? Why don't you tell me a bedtime story?
Does his voice change like that?
Why don't you write about your fantasies for me, Ray? Write about them, using the air. You can't sleep, can you, Ray? What do you do in those late night hours? What did you do in those late night hours? 2007, February the 24th. Remember when you woke? In the house, blood on your hands. Did you ever go back to the bedroom and see what story you'd written? Did you, Ray? Did you, Ray? Did you, Ray? Are you like your father, eh? Are you like me? Oh, careful. I don't know. Did the Ways just say that you should go up that street? That's the puppet theatre, just there.
Said I should park here, yeah, and I'll just slam on the brakes and undo my seatbelt and get out of the car.
What's wrong? Ray, what's wrong?
What the fuck did you just say? You just changed.
I was talking about the horns being maybe 4 horns is different, and if I was talking about the 4 horns and saying what if that's what's wrong about the Jacob skull? Also climbing up the ladder is inquiry. Where is the ram? When you think of it in the Punic terms.
Shut the fuck up, David. Fucking shut up. Rami, it's alright, Rami. Get a little treat out of my pocket and I say, is there any roll I can do to see if I can tell whether that voice was in my head or if it was him? I mean, did he turn to me and say it, or was I concentrating on the road and his voice just shifted into that? Or was it too... Could I not tell?
Give me a sanity roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think
let me just grab my dice.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Can I find out if I'm mad?
Ooh, where is it? Oh. No, I've lost. Okay. 13. Yeah, that is a pass, but only just.
Yeah, I mean, it's the malice you start to think was deliberate, and he's just looking really baffled. I mean, you're pretty sure that he doesn't realise that something might have happened. It's only what comes to mind is that moment where you saw Angelica. She was in the process of making love, perhaps to David in her mind.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, something awful was happening. But she didn't know anything about it. I mean, in some ways, it was a blessed relief because it meant that she didn't have this horrific understanding that Michael had sexually abused her. But Michael hadn't. This force had. And you realise, yet again, it's another underscoring of this sort of sense of, does something just sort of merge into him?
Yeah.
But it is interesting that there's a fluidity with him that is perhaps only echoed... Well, you haven't seen it in other people quite so severely. He seems very badly affected.
But he seems innocent enough in that moment.
Well, as innocent as David can seem.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get back in the car, but I stand there in the doorway, the open door. Probably someone beeps behind me and say, go round. And I said, David, I just heard...
Go get a fucking life, boy. Go get a fucking job.
Don't talk like that in front of my dog, all right? I'll bite your fucking throat
The
out.
car stops and a big fucking guy gets out and goes, have you got a life, boy? Why are you talking to me like that? Are you talking to me?
I don't... Listen,
I'll fucking
it's all
take
right.
your fucking face off, you fucking prick.
I get back in the car.
This little guy gets out and goes, hey, Barry, get in the car. We don't want any trouble. We're just on our way. I'll fucking take your fucking face off. He kicks the headlamp.
Yeah, all right.
He kicks the headlamp of your car.
All right. Fucking hell, that's a hire car. You think I can afford a Tesla?
Ooh, and he pulls his foot up and he starts hopping. He goes, fuck, I think I've broken my fucking foot. And he starts hopping over to and then the little guy gives you sort of dagger looks, but he sort of rushes over to him and says, Barry, it'll be all right, Barry, it'll be all right. And then they're stuck in front of you, but do you drive off? As sort of various other cars are sort of stopping, and there's a few beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Obviously, the car in front, you see a very stressed Erik stick his head out. Perhaps, Erik.
What's going on back there?
I don't know. Some fucking weirdos just got out and kicked my fucking car, but they're trying to start a fight. Are you all right? You almost crashed there.
Yeah.
I'm keeping one eye on
To clarify, my drive roll, you made me do a drive roll not because of Alicia's reaction, but because I also saw red mark, right?
Yeah. He's not there now.
Sure, yeah.
He's gone.
But I'm looking around frantically, like in the back seat.
A few moments had happened as you'd driven past. Obviously, I've brought you together, and I think it's safe to say, in a desperate bid to not get involved with the law, you drive on to Marie Cubine's.
Yeah.
Where Mel, you are standing in the entrance to the dining room, realizing there's this trail of piss that leads back towards you. You see now. So she got up and she went back into the house.
Okay.
Or it was you pissing yourself all along.
No, it wasn't.
And at some point when you were in either the bathroom, the dining room, the kitchen, or investigating the cupboard under the stairs, the torture chamber under the stairs.
We don't know it's a torture chamber.
Sorry, that's what I'm using Dan's expression, not mine. It's not mine. It's not my expression.
Don't use Dan's expression.
It's just a secret soundproof
room.
The recording studio.
Recording studio.
The recording studio in the cellar, or the recording studio in the cellar.
She does have a podcast about architectural. Yeah.
Don't we all?
What, architectural vanillaisms?
Yeah.
And secret torture chambers.
And recording studios.
What do you do?
Where does the piss trail lead?
It leads to the carpeted area you're standing on and is not traceable.
Oh, okay. So am I assuming that she's now gone? She's now in the house somewhere.
Yeah.
She's either in the seance room, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, or upstairs.
There's also a door immediately to your right, which you haven't been in, which is must be a small room considering it's right next to the bathroom.
Okay.
It's sandwiched between the bathroom and the dining room. Not the dining room, the main front room, which is a long, open-plan front room.
Nope, I'm going down the stairs into the cellar.
Okay, so you retreat back to the cellar door.
Yeah.
Do you leave the door open?
It's the first interesting thing I've seen in this house.
Do you leave the door open or do you close it? And do you move silently or do you move normally?
Move silently. Does the door open into the hall or does it open into the torture chamber? Oh, recording studio stairs.
It opens into the recording studio stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna push it.
Give me a stealth roll for your progress back to the door.
Almost closed, but not quite. Is my aim, like to the naked eye?
Yeah. All but shut. And it's one of those weird mechanisms as it closes that actually it's quite easy to do that. It isn't fully closed.
I think in my rolling layman's terms, I'm going to guess that 39 on a 60 is a hard success.
Oh, you need under half. Sorry, I should have explained that. So 30 below, but it's a really good success. You don't need a hard success. You're very quiet. You're pleased with how quiet you are when you do that, and you're quiet
For a big lass.
Well, she's light on her feet though.
She is.
And she pushes that door shut, so it's just pushed to, but not, as far as you're aware, locked. Mm-hmm. The light's still on when you leave the light on?
Yes, oh yes.
Yeah, and you're going to use your phone light to go down.
Yes.
So it's a pretty stressful descent, even though it's only 20-odd steps. But it's deeper than you were expecting.
Okay.
You think in your mind's eye, and you curse yourself for the fact that you're empathizing with Marie, but then isn't that one of your great skills, to empathize with the people you're studying? Which makes you write those good articles. Even though you turn it against them, don't you, sometimes? As you get down to the bottom of the steps, you're thinking, this is a adapted cellar, right? Mm-hmm. Privately adapted. It'd take quite a lot of money to do this. There's a very heavy wooden door.
Barring the way to the cellar, or on one side of the cellar wall, or...
Sorry, there's a very short passageway that leads to a second heavy wooden door. Nothing on the walls, all bare, concrete.
Does the door look new, relatively old, or very old?
It looks new. It looks, well, yeah, it looks like it's... No, it doesn't look new, but it doesn't look old. It looks like it's 10 years old, maybe.
I'd like to try the door.
What I will tell you is that there is, at the base of the door, there's a small metal slot.
Like a letterbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are several spy holes in the door.
Through which I can look in, or which are looking out at me?
You can look in.
Do it.
Oh, God.
I hate this a lot.
I'm going to look through a spy hole.
You see 4 beardy men wearing glasses recording an actual play podcast.
Roll sanity.
One of them is my husband. Or sanity.
No. That's brilliant.
You can't tell.
I'm gonna take my phone and I'm gonna.
Hang on, are you looking through? Are you looking through or not?
Yeah, but I need to illuminate what's beyond the door.
Well, maybe you won't.
So I'll use the torch on my phone, either through another spy hole, or if that's not big enough, then through the slot at the floor.
Yeah, I mean,
Light the way.
I think before you do that, you realise there is light inside.
Oh, great, brilliant.
There's not a lot of light.
God,
There's a slightly odd greeny light source off to the left. I think it's fair to say what you're looking at is a pretty squalid, open room that spreads off to the left. You can just see, with a bit of straining, you can work out there's electric light which filters through slightly from a square up ahead, almost directly up ahead, there's bits of debris and detritus across the floor, which looks quite dirty. You can't see directly in front of the door. You'd say clothes, maybe a few bits of, I don't know, sort of matter.
Oh, like what? Like human matter?
Well, you were the one who was thinking that, not me.
Oh, God.
Is it food? Bones? Is that a dead animal?
Okay.
Or possibly a fur rolled up. It could be like a kind of... It's perfectly feasible that it could be a stole, kind of just sort of
Could be, yeah.
drenched in something and left in a corner. Couldn't it? Yeah.
Could be up. Okay.
Yeah.
This is scary and horrid.
Yeah. There's another one. So you're looking at the... you're right-handed, so you're looking at that right one, and there's another one off to the left, which you could put your left eye to.
Yes, okay, yes.
Yeah. So you... For a minute, you think you see an eye looking at you. And then you realise that the glass is just different, and it's your own eye as you're going up close. And you get a very similar sense of the view, but this is a slightly less smeared. It looks like something might have been smeared on the other one.
Yeah.
So this one, you can see that electric light up ahead, and you're pretty sure that's a bricked up window, but some of the bricking up hasn't... With sort of some of the mortar's fallen away over time. There's a little bit of electric light coming through. So that's the high cellar. The walls are undecorated, dead ahead. And it is food, detritus on the floor, plates, trays, a few pages of things, a few papers, and you do see a child's drawing.
Oh my God.
In bright colours.
Oh fuck, there's a kid in there, isn't there? Some sort of awful, twisted Moonchild abomination bastard.
Everything about
I
the
didn't-
description of this house.
I didn't write it.
It makes so much more sense now.
I will be writing the pre-episode warning regarding that content, but I didn't write the scenario.
Have I got any signal on my phone?
You check the signal on your phone, you hear the door open above you,
Oh,
and you
piss.
realise you have no signal. And we cut back to the others.
Fucking hell.
You arrive at Marie Cubine's house. There was that 5-minute delay, there was the 12 minutes to drive here, and then there was the 5 minutes faff, so it's 22 minutes have elapsed, plus the time obviously for you to fall unconscious and have encounters in there. So it's, let's say it is, that's half an hour, isn't it? It's 7:45, which is an easy drive up to the Adam and Eve to meet Greg for one of you in 10 minutes time. You've still got 10 minutes at Marie's, so you can do hellos, intros, all that stuff, and one of you, or two of you, could go over and get Greg at the Adam and Eve.
Perfect.
Lovely pub, really nice beer, beautifully appointed by the Cathedral Close, but obviously, you know.
I think they do doggy ice cream as well. I'm looking forward to an IPA. Just a half.
That Marshfield doggy ice cream. Yeah. I'm not sure we're going to see the inside of that pub, are we?
No. Might see the inside of the dog. No, we're not going to see.
As I pull up, I just sort of say to Alicia,
Right, shall we? Feel like we need to get this over with.
Yeah. The sooner the better. That's my opinion. I was looking forward to the Antiques Fair this weekend. Fat chance of that now.
I've got a really important client I was supposed to be speaking to tomorrow about investment opportunities given the financial downturn.
On the subject of really important clients, you have still got that cocaine with you, remember? It's in your left pocket.
yeah,
In the jacket pocket.
yeah.
The cocaine.
I don't think I've taken any yet. Oh, I did take some in the kitchen, didn't I?
You took cocaine and a third of a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I'm in deep now.
Yeah.
I think without even trying to hide it from Alicia, just sort of mumble
In for a penny, in for a pound.
to myself and like take a big old lump of it on my like in the little notch of my thumb and hoof it right up my nostril.
I
Fuck.
Right on the sniffer.
I lick my finger and go, give us some. And put my finger in there and rub it into my gums. Like sherbet.
Alicia, could you give me a power roll?
Let's do it. Oh,
It's not cocaine, it's heroin.
Oh, God.
space mead.
Space mead powdered.
God, I can't read these at all.
He's got dice he can't read.
Yeah, it's good. It's the light. It's weird. A dubba dubba dubba.
You think it's
what
the
you saying? Power. That's a fail. 69 on a 55.
Yeah, it's wonderful. You get this kind of rushing sensation,
Oh yeah.
and
Good stuff.
it immediately.
Wasn't it strange when that red mark turned up in the car and just started talking to us? Do you know what he said about me? He said that he asked me if the voices tasked me to do things, and they did ask me to do things. But how did he know that? Is he connected to it? It got me really worried. Anyway, I never did the things they'd asked because it was like really dark, and that's why I thought I was mentally ill for so long. But I now am not so sure. I don't think it was me. I think it was something else. I think it was something external.
Yeah, I agree. Well, next time he comes back, we just need to all fuck him up. I think between all of us, we can take him. I don't care whether he's some kind of ghost or whatever.
Yeah, what's his fucking game? We don't know what his fucking game is.
I know we'll all fucking take him. Right, let's do this.
And I throw open the door of the car and march right up to the front door of the house and try the handle.
As you're marching up, you hear Alicia. Her voice, the timbre of her voice changes slightly, and she sort of drops out of that rant, the coke-fueled rant that you'd sort of registered and like quite enjoying. And there's something about her voice that arrests you.
Tell me about the times when you were using too much coke. What did you do to those people who didn't do what you wanted? Did you drug them first?
What?
Did you?
What?
And then Alicia, you hear it.
What?
You hear the same voice, but you aren't speaking now.
What did you say, Erik?
Did you drug them first?
What? No.
Before you did those things?
No.
2007, 24th of February, in that room.
No, I didn't.
Are you gonna pretend you don't remember that too?
I didn't drug them. I paid them.
And then it's just a lovely evening, and the cocaine is just filling your senses, but you're not wild with it anymore. Could you both give me a sanity roll?
Well, that was weird, wasn't it? That's good. Good stuff, that.
I've had those nights.
Oh, good. That's a very healthy pass on my sanity roll.
That's a success. That's a success. Just a narrow success.
David gets out of the car and says, I feel something strange. Something's off.
Yeah.
We have to get inside.
All right, David, let's go. And I get out the other side and I lock the car. I've got Ramen in my papoose and I say, listen, I know we were a bit silent for the last half of that drive, but
Yeah.
I can't tell if that voice were coming from you or not. And your chest was glowing red.
What?
You know that your chest glows, right? You do know that.
What?
It's happened several times now.
Does it?
Your hand glowed, and then your chest glowed.
He looks at his hand, and he looks at his chest, and he sort of feels, and there's nothing happening. He can't see. Look, they're trying to get in. We should get in, shouldn't we?
Right, let's get in. All I'll say is, David, if this thing moves between people, and you're the one who created it, there's a chance that it might be so linked to you that you have to do something to get rid of it, something drastic. I'm just saying.
Okay, Ray.
Anyway, let's get inside. Ramen needs a shit, but you get to the door.
You're my friend. You're my friend, Ray.
And I take Ramen out of his papoose. I say, I'm your friend for now. Just don't lie to me. But we're friends.
No lies, Ray.
Let's keep each other in the loop, yeah?
He fixes you in the eyes and he goes, no lies, Ray. No lies. I promise.
All right, I'll believe you. Come on, Ramen. And I get him out of the papoose and I let him shit all over that Zen garden.
And he goes over. Now, distressingly, the door is locked, of course. Even though you've overheard all of that, Alicia and Erik, something's wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just getting a weird vibe from David, so I'm not yet thinking there is a vibe from indoors. Do you know what I mean?
No, he said that. You know, you've not felt...
Yeah. But I am just letting Ram do his business on the bonsai waterfall.
Yeah, and Ram...
The door is locked, did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, door's locked. Because you were saying you were there, so like, click.
Yeah.
Is that odd?
Is it the sort of door that, I mean...
You haven't knocked
daft
at it.
question,
You haven't knocked at it, have you?
No, sure, but is it the sort of door that... It would be normal for it to be locked, right? Okay, fine. I'll just knock on the door.
Yeah. There's no reply for 10, 20, 30 seconds.
Well, Mel should be here. She should have got here. She must have been here for about half an hour by now.
Yeah.
You hear footsteps. Alicia... actually, no. Can all three of you give me a spot hidden roll?
I was going to ask while I'm listening to this, can we see Mel's car? No.
You can see David's car parked up.
Oh, sorry,
really
David's
close
cars.
by, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But spot hidden.
Apologies, Dan, but because you're right up at the front and you're at the door, that's a penalty die for you.
I don't need the penalty die, although I probably ought to just in case it's a fumble.
I'm afraid so.
It's a fail.
Which it is. Excellent.
It's a fumble.
Mine's one off an extreme success. Is it worth me spending the point of luck to make it extreme?
Yes.
I spend the luck.
Ooh.
It's an extreme success.
So, Alicia, you see a big man step into the shadows at the end of the street.
I grab Eric's arm.
You recognize that man as Nathan. Even in the silhouette, that's Nathan.
I grab Eric's arm and I stand next to him at the door and I go, "Don't look now. Nathan's over there in the shadows."
Eric's eyes whip round to the the Zen-style spirals. And you've got it. It's a eureka moment. There's a symbol there.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Hang on. There's a clue in the garden. No one has topiary like that just for the hell of it. We need to get high. Need to get high.
And I start looking to see if there's a way that I can climb up the house somehow, like climb up a...
Well, and that's when you realise, no, not that high. You need to get high. Right?
Yeah.
You're coming up again. Nice.
Yeah.
But child's play for you, especially if you're physical size. Like, if you get fucking stoked high and then look at it from on high, that's the winner.
Yeah.
That's when you'll see it.
Yeah.
Something to do with the way the stones are laid and the topiary. There's a symbol in it. Classic Marie. Classic weird Marie. Probably a message to the fucking aliens or something. But actually, if you see it, you'll have the insight. You'll have the insight.
Yeah.
This is a two-story with an attic.
Terrible advice.
While I'm looking around the house for some way to sort of scale it, and I get the bag out again, and I get a credit card out and take a big old scoop, and take a big old lump up both nostrils.
That's terrible.
Did you hear what I said?
At the same time as I'm getting my dog bags out of the thing and picking up ramen shit, and I'm like, Erik, not another... You've already had loads.
Half-heartedly sort of wipe it off my nose, but I'm past caring now.
One bag filling, another bag emptying.
Yeah.
And Alicia's there going...
Did you hear what I said, Erik?
And then I find it, the drain pipe, and I start trying to climb it.
Not the drain pipe.
Erik! Erik, you're going to kill yourself.
Perfect. Big man, he's out of shape. He's ready for the climb.
At the very least, you can damage the drain pipe.
It's a really beautifully appointed drain pipe as well. It's really nicely done. She's obviously spent some extra money on it.
Quality roll plugs that's just screwed in a cast iron brackets.
Oh, the rule plugs are just extra.
I rush over to Ray.
Mel, you whip round, but the light turns out at the top, and you hear this voice. You've got your phone light on, and you hear this voice going, "She's got a golf club. She likes to play golf. Sometimes she has to for work. You understand. And you hear the steps of her stepping down. It's her. She's stepping down. You notice those pumps had a slight raised... In fact, actually, maybe she was wearing kitten heels. Yeah, slightly ridiculous kitten heels. With culottes, obviously. And she steps down, and you hear this tap, tap. And this voice doesn't change in proximity. You have this weird sensation. It's both in your head and it's coming from her. And you begin to see her in the light. And the voice says, she'll swing it at your head and she'll knock you out. You've got one shot at this, Mel. Just one shot.
Okay.
Wanna take in?
Yeah, I'm going to charge her.
Nice.
I'm going to charge up the stairs and use this. I'm quite a hefty gal.
Yeah, you're a unit.
I'm like a fridge with legs.
Yeah. Well, that's unfair.
Not a smeg fridge, like a proper fridge.
You're very curvy. You're very curvy. I wouldn't say you're not a block.
A unit.
Handy on the hockey field.
Very handy on the hockey field. There's a theme. Jeannie's good at
When
these
she
kind of
runs
characters.
at you, you get out of the fucking
Get
way.
out of the fucking way.
Yeah.
Mel, the unit, moody.
So I think I get my head down and I charge her.
What's your intention? Is it to cause damage, or is it to pin her, or is it to knock her down the stairs, or is it... Essentially, I'm asking if this is a maneuver or... Oh, but you're both the same build, so it doesn't matter. So give me a brawl roll.
Okay.
It's opposed. 25% against 25%, guys. One of the bigger pugilistic duels that we've had.
Yeah.
I think you'll all agree.
Or 33.
So you can spend luck. I've been a bit mean to you. That might be worth spending some luck, as this feels...
Yeah. Yes.
8 points of luck.
Yes, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Taking you down to 34, if my
Yes.
my track of you is working.
That is correct, yeah. Okay.
So she swings. You hear the golf club go across the top of your head, and you absolutely stack into her, smashing her against the concrete wall. So you do 1d4 plus 2 for the concrete damage.
Oh, nice.
6.
Okay.
Wow.
So you smack her. Blood sprays up as she bites into her tongue.
Oh, fuck.
You've got your phone with you still, and it sort of shows this weird sort of thing. The blood sprays up, and you hear this sickening crack. She starts rolling down the steps, and she rolls the length of the corridor, such was the force with
God.
which you hit her. And you
Have I killed her?
and you track her. No, you've given her a major wound. But
Okay.
that's a technical thing, which means that that means she can't, function very well.
Getting her fucking tongue off.
Can't try and fuck me up again. Main thing.
Not for a minute, at least.
She smacks into the door, the heavy door, and the heavy door swings open.
Oh my god.
And standing on the other side of it is like this 8-year-old boy in a long t-shirt with a little teddy bear in his hand,
Oh my god.
with lank hair,
Oh, God.
lank black hair.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
And he steps forward into the weird grey-white light of your mobile phone and says, "Help me. I just want to get out of here."
Oh my god.
And he looks in horror at her and rushes over to you and stretches out his hand to you.
Oh my god. I think I take it. Just instinctively.
Give me a power roll.
No, I'm gonna die or I'll go mad. I could sense it. Hang on. Oh, it's a fail. Quite a bad one. 93 on a 60.
Interesting.
Oosh.
I've got to double check a thing.
That's always a good sign.
Is it opposed?
Just Sparta kick him back in.
You feel a burning sensation as your hands meet. And he looks at you and goes, "Oh no, I'm so sorry." And then his face changes and it sort of elongates and his body elongates. And he becomes this 13-year-old suddenly in a few seconds. And he's gripping you and he goes, "Good, one, at last." And then you black out as this pain reaches up your arm.
Fuck me. That is
God.
dark as shit. Oh my
Hate
god.
it. Hate it.
That's a
Hate
standard
it.
date with MJC.
So true. Good time.
Right, I need booze.
Booze.
Cool.
Sweet dreams, everyone.